Welcome back to Entertainment Banter, where the sun sets on the west and the sun rises in the east. My name is Joel,
And I'm Matt.
and I'm going to throw Matt a curveball. Today, the topic, Matt does not know what it is.
I do not.
And I have the Pod Bible in front of me. It does not do that. It's more like, "Aw." Every time you're drinking,
I know. It's okay. I'll never learn.
you open the Bible, it goes, "Ah," the Pod Bible. "Ah." More like a groan, probably like an old man, like a guy just getting out the toilet.
All right. Yeah. Here we go.
So I want to talk about studios who send their IPs to multiple streaming services, but just a piece of it at a time. So an example would be, I don't have an exact example. At this point, you're probably going to jog my memory. But if this was the case, let's play with, let's say Disney doing it. We love talking about Disney.
Disney is doing it. They do it with Netflix right now.
Right, but I'm going to do like a layman's term example, which they're not doing right now, but this is what they would be doing. So that they'd put one episode of Mandalorian or the first 3 on Disney Plus, and then they go, you have to get Hulu to watch the last 3.
Yeah.
So, Matt, you were talking about this a while ago off microphone. What shows are actually doing this?
Well, it's complicated, but it's not. Well, let's talk DreamWorks.
Do people notice?
Yeah, I don't know if people notice, but DreamWorks is a perfect example. I think DreamWorks is that company that they don't really have a stake in the sense of the streaming wars. They don't have their own app.
They don't have DreamWorks Plus yet?
They don't have DreamWorks Plus yet that I'm aware of.
But coming.
If you pay attention to DreamWorks, like, Steven Spielberg, Katzenberg, and I forget the other guy's name, but they started it. They were told they were going to fail. They were not going to be successful.
Wait, Spielberg started that with? Because I know it was
Katzenberg.
They were from part of Pixar at one point, weren't they? And then they broke away.
One of them was Katzenberg.
Okay.
Technically, Katzenberg was from Disney.
Fun?
Huh?
I was just going to say, fun fact, Prince of Egypt was their first movie.
Right. So when that company started, even with those big names, they were told that they were going to fail by the Hollywood industry. They're like, there's too many studios already. Universal, Disney, all the
Paramount, Sony.
Paramount, all of them. They're like, you're not going to make it. Well, they made it. And they've come out with some powerhouse characters. DreamWorks has done Shrek movies. They've done, Puss in Boots. They've done all these other kid movies that they were smart. They catered
Despicable Me.
Despicable Me. But they've also done a lot of, so they're known for a lot for their animated characters, but they also have done some great adult films too, and I don't mean like porns. I'm talking, I can't remember, but I don't think Saving Private Ryan was under DreamWorks, was it? I don't remember.
No, I thought DreamWorks was all their animated.
No, DreamWorks does live action stuff, and I can't, for the life of me, I just can't think of it. Their characters, their animated characters are so popular that's what comes to mind, but DreamWorks has done a crap ton of live action features as well. But anyways, they don't have a stake in the streaming services like Disney does. Disney has their own content and they have their own streaming service. Netflix has their own content, they have their own streaming service. Prime, the same thing, Amazon Prime. So I've noticed that DreamWorks has been saying, we're going to share our stuff with everybody and see who bites. And it might be the best contracting thing you could do for your brand, because I'll give you an example. The Trolls movie was a DreamWorks movie. The Trolls, they got a Netflix original cartoon show called Trolls.
Right.
This is on Netflix. But the same exact animation style, with a different title of the show, maybe a slightly different story arc. Same exact show is now on Hulu. It's a different show with different content, but the animation style, the voice acting, the characters are all exactly the same. So you have 2 different troll shows going simultaneously. One is on Netflix, one is on Hulu.
So you're saying they made 2 different shows, but pretty much 2 not same shows, but they are the same shows, and they put them on 2 different networks, so that, in a sense, 2 different streaming services.
You have to buy both streaming services to get. If you're a fan of Trolls, you would have to buy through both services
But I
to
guess
get the full experience.
But my question would be then, if you watch only one of those shows and not the other, would you lose anything?
Only if you're a fan of those characters and shows, I guess. I mean, it depends. Like, it's dangerous. Everything goes full circle, right? I mean, everyone got rid of cable because
Right.
if you wanted MTV, right? You wanted MTV for the music videos. Well, MTV started showing all this live action reality TV shit, and the music videos went away,
Yeah.
right? So then they said, well, why don't you buy MTV2 on the premium channel? 'Cause
Ooh.
if you buy MTV2,
You'll
get
get what you
music
want.
videos.
You'll get what you
Right.
want.
And the argument, I've said this since day one, they will keep dividing up the content into multiple platforms, so you have to buy every platform. With the streaming wars, so with the streaming wars, everybody is jumping on the bandwagon like, well, we're going to have our own streaming service. So everybody's jumping on that. But I think
Right.
what DreamWorks is doing is they're already ahead of the curve. They're
Isn't-
already saying we're not going to get into this pool of pluses and streaming pluses.
Well,
What
explain.
we're going to do is we're going to cater to we're going to play both sides. We're just going to pump out content and say who wants our stuff and make the streaming service wars fight over us.
Well,
Because we want the DreamWorks content. No, we want the DreamWorks content.
who owns DreamWorks? Because I know a lot of their content, all their IPs are at Universal. So is Universal and DreamWorks in cahoots?
Well, again, it goes back to that whole thing where they couldn't afford or survive. So DreamWorks they make deals with everybody. I don't think they make deals with Disney, obviously.
I mean, you
but-
can see that when a company is trying to survive in this hectic world, like Marvel was selling all their IPs off to anybody who was willing to give them $1 or a handy. You know,
Right.
you had Marvel across Fox, Sony, Disney, Paramount. I mean, Paramount had it before Disney. That's where that all started. And then you had Universal Studios had it there. They had licensing there.
Right.
They still have it there. Hence why Disneyland
there's-
can't call it Avenger Land or Marvel Land.
Right.
So it's when a company
Well, when
is
it comes to
doing that, of course they're going to sell their IPs off like that, like crazy.
yeah, well, when it comes to DreamWorks, I mean, there's some films that have 7 studios paying for one film to be made. So everybody gets a piece of pie when 7 studios are helping to make that one movie. That's how expensive it is.
Right.
So when it comes to, but I thought it was interesting because when we do our pods, the reason why I get so fired up is like working in the industry and also being a consumer. You see both sides of the coin. And for me, I still believe in focusing on the consumer side more than the industry side. And it's just funny because if you treat your consumer right, then the industry will be successful. And I think Hollywood has just gotten to the point where they're so greedy that they forget that little lesson. They think people are going to buy 20 streaming services or they're going to do this or that. Or buy it when you have a streaming service like Xbox Live, you buy Xbox Live, pay a year subscription for it. That service goes down half the time. The servers aren't the best. And then in addition to that, you can also buy Game Pass. It's like
Oh my god.
microtransactions within
My
microtransactions.
brother asked me if I had Game Pass, and I was like, no.
Right. It's getting too stupid. But there's people in the world that buy it and buy into it, and because they do, the industry thinks they're winning. But the reality is, there's going to come a point when, if you're buying all these different services, and now they're dividing up your favorite content among all the services, you're paying more than what cable would have been. It's full circle. It's just gone full circle. And the cable
it's
companies and the studios are
ridiculous.
well aware of it. They're saying, instead of going through Time Warner directly, we'll do the same thing we did to Time Warner, but we'll just do it with all the apps instead.
I'm super impressed with the microtransactions and all that bullshit. Because I remember when back in the day when Xbox Live first came out and Sony came out with their SOE, Sony Online, and Nintendo was still figuring out how to make their systems handheld, everything. They're so innovative. I love Disney. Nintendo. I did not say Disney.
Uh-huh.
I was going to. Nintendo. I love Nintendo. But back in those days when Xbox Live first started doing that shit, then my friends were like, "Oh, I'm playing EverQuest online, or we're playing Phantasy Star Online." I'm like, well, "How are you playing that?" "Oh, I'm playing on the computer or on the Dreamcast, where it charges you a $15 monthly fee to pay, right, for their servers." and it's the game. It's not the system. It's the game that's doing it, right? The producer of the game.
Right.
And I'm like, well, I got Xbox Live, and they have it for Xbox Live. So I was like, do you think it'll be free for me since I'm already paying for a server? No, you had to pay online for Xbox and then online for that game. So I never played it online for a while because I'm like, well, what the hell? Like, I'm already paying for a subscription. So it's like I'm not paying extra to play a game that I can play offline or play with my friends locally. So then I never did that with them online. So it's just ridiculous to see that microtransactions these days. People, I hate it. I hate seeing it. So another example of just microtransactions is I have a game on my phone. I am not advertising for that.
Can I interrupt you 1 second?
Why?
Because I want to clarify, because with Xbox, it also has to do with servers and maintaining servers.
Right.
So Xbox may have refused to say, we're not going to keep this, we're not going to maintain servers for your game anymore.
Right.
And so the game's like, we want to keep going.
Right.
So you have to pay that company to keep that game going.
No, they just have their own. Back then,
you know
it was just
what I'm saying?
their own
But
server.
now it's turned that way into everything. Xbox.
Now, right.
I don't know what the online service of Xbox is for anymore. If you have to pay for individual server games, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you have to pay for individual server games anymore, because beyond all those online server games out there, Microsoft, from my knowledge, back when I was playing a lot up to Xbox 360, Halo 4, Halo 3, Halo 4, whatever. Those were Xbox had the better online. I always heard that Xbox had less cheaters. There were less things, because when things happen, Xbox like, no, because you're paying for it. Sony, people were playing Call of Duty on PlayStation 3 or whatever,
and modded stuff.
People were modding, and no one was doing anything because, like, well, you're getting free online. So what do you expect? You get what you pay for in a sense. So Sony was offering free. I don't know if they're still offering it free. I don't know.
I don't think it is anymore.
I don't think they are anymore because I don't hear that much. But I'm not in that realm of gaming anymore. But among microtransactions, I want to get to a point. I'm blaming you, the consumer, in a whole, for these microtransactions going crazy, and which causing everyone buying all these subscriptions. Because if you didn't buy them, we wouldn't be in this situation where they're going to split up. Like, all right, they're going to finally release WandaVision, and they're going to put the first 4 episodes on Disney Plus, but you need Hulu Premium to watch the last 4. And it's like, what the fuck? I already have Hulu. I got to get Hulu Premium, but why is it on Disney Plus? Why does Disney have all these online streaming services when they can combine it into one? They have the ability to do that. So that's one annoying.
And that's the whole point of it.
It started like 10, 15 years ago. I got this app, and I'm recommending it for people. It's not an advertisement, and it's not paid for
play later.
But it's called My Vegas Slots. If you love Vegas anyway, I think I've probably even told you about it, Matt. If you just like playing slots and you just play on like some game you have on your phone, download My Vegas Slots. They have 4 of them. 4 versions of slots plus blackjack, and you actually earn real rewards. Now, how they do that is that they get you playing the game. You lose your chips. And when you lose your chips, they want you to buy more chips to earn those rewards, because you want to earn gold coins, and gold coins is like experience points in the game. So, but every day, every 24 hours, they give you bonuses to get more chips. So you can live off those chips for the day and then earn gold coins. Now, if you start buying chips, that defeats the purpose to free Vegas. I have never bought chips off this game, and I have gone to Vegas, I think, every month for like, I think the first year we got the game, I went to Vegas. Once we started earning the gold coins enough to get hotel rooms. It's all MGM properties, by the way. So like Bellagio. I just stayed at the Madeira for 2 nights. 2 nights, I added an extra night because I paid for the extra night. I paid a total of $200. 3 nights in Vegas, total. It's included.
Well, because they know once you're in Vegas, so you're
right. The tax. That's the whole point. But if you start buying Vegas, like buying those chips, you're paying.
But you don't have to pay for the hotel room.
You don't. I didn't pay for the hotel room. You can actually you get used 3 rewards every 30 days. So you can sometimes there's free tickets. There's no live entertainment, but I've gotten CAW from it. I've gotten free food from it. It's comps, right? But the whole point that of course you play taxes.
But you don't pay for it.
You pay taxes when you get to the room, each room, but you don't pay for it. But then when I heard I got this guy playing it, and he goes, how many chips we used to brag about? Oh, I just got 1 billion chips the other day. Like, you earn it because the slot machine hits gold. You're like, oh my God, bet big to win big, right? You're like, that's amazing. I mean, there's a lot of days you don't get the bonuses, right? You don't win long. Right. But you play consistent at it. After probably a year of playing, I have enough gold coins to stay almost a whole year at Vegas. But they only let you stay for three They don't let you stay for 2 nights a month. So I'm like, all right, this will last me some cool little staycations. So my buddy goes, oh, I have this many chips. I'm like, oh yeah. He goes, yeah, but I bought 1 million chips the other night for $1. I'm like, really? He's like, it was $1, and I'm like, that's where it starts.
Right.
And it can even go to Candy Crush. People pay dollars to get more moves in the day, and it's like, you're paying money for what? For your brain stimulation? I mean, I guess people can argue that you pay money to go watch a movie. You don't really take anything home, but I feel like when you're playing a game on your phone, you're downloading for free. That defeats the purpose. And now, if you keep paying for those things, like my buddy who works, I'm not gonna name his name, but he works for Call of Duty. You can guess whichever one he wants, whichever it's Activision or what Ghost one. What is the other one called?
I can't remember.
Whatever.
It's not Bio. I can't remember.
BioShock?
Infinity Ward.
Yeah, he works for one of them. I'm not going to tell you who he is or what he does or whatever or not. But he is making his money now because the newest one or whatever has microtransactions in it. People, they don't give you the full game anymore.
No,
they make
never
you
did.
buy everything.
I remember they did that. You know who started that? Disney. I think. When did The Force Unleashed come out? The Force Unleashed was the first Xbox 360 Star Wars game that came out that you had a microtransaction. It's called DLC, back in the day before we knew what DLC was.
But that Disney didn't own it back then when it was Unleashed.
They were in the process of in 2008 when they started firing everybody, they were in talks with
I'm sure. Just like when Paramount was making Marvel movies, it was Disney. And also when Turn Off the Dark was on Broadway, I wonder why it lasted so long. Disney was secretly shoveling money at it because they wanted it to succeed. But no, I get it. But
you're right though. But they do that in other video games too. Like you're not just the app games on your phone.
No,
it's all video games.
Video games, you go to the store or download to your system.
The game is free.
$70.
Stuff.
No, not even that. You buy $70 video game. They're $70 now. I agree with you. When I worked at EB Games, it was $49.99, $53.61 after tax if you bought it in Ventura County.
And you got the whole thing.
And then you would get downloadable content when they added to the game. See, that's why I still support Nintendo. Literally, you buy Breath of the Wild. It's the full game. But you know what? They added an extra to it if you wanted to add more to the game. It doesn't the game finishes, you play it no matter what. But if you want to add more to it and have more fun, you can add to it.
Well, I'm going to be a devil's advocate real quick.
Bring it.
Nintendo.
I love Nintendo.
All right, you ready
Bring
for
it.
this?
They're the only... Shut up.
No. You know where I took a major go F yourself Nintendo moment?
What?
Nintendo Switch. When they started releasing that cardboard shit. You're paying $70 for cardboard. The Lobo, whatever the hell that shit is. Where you would it's literally cardboard that you bend and fold into like backpacks and guns. And whatever else. Amiibo. No, Amiibo are the characters you put down. This is Lebo or I can't remember what it was called.
But I know what you're talking about. They sold. I thought those are free.
No, dude. They got stores like Target and Walmart to buy boxes of cardboard for $80.
Hell yeah.
Cardboard. $80 for cardboard. Like, any fucking moron can go online and see the templates of this cardboard design and prefabricate it and make it at home. Why would you spend $80 to... You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I was like, what are you doing? Like, it goes back to... Let's see how stupid the consumer is. Let's see if they'll pay that dollar for the coins. Let's see if they'll pay $80
Matt,
for
do you see
cardboard.
What's in my hand? Do you see what's in my hand?
That's a big jug of vodka.
It's bottled water,
jug.
First off.
Okay.
It's just amazing that you can sell water that should be free to everybody. You can sell it.
Right. No, I get it. But
so,
you know
I didn't know that about on Nintendo. Honestly, I honestly thought those were free. I didn't know they were actually selling them. That's hilarious.
Oh, God, no, you had to pay for it.
That's a no-no in my book. That's a no-no, but at the same time, Nintendo has, above all the other companies, have stayed innovative and above all. Because here's my theory about Nintendo. Did. So here's my problem with all these companies. So you got Disney, who does amusement parks, TV shows, movies, clothing lines.
Can I just say, you didn't want to talk about Disney before we started the pod.
But I know. I wanted to... When they're like 75% of all the entertainment in the world,
dude, I hear you.
Go to it.
For those listeners that think we're making this stuff up, just roll over in bed at night and kiss Iger goodnight and tell him it's going to be okay. Just pat his head. Say, it's okay, Iggy. It's okay, Iggy. I'm here for you.
We know what kind of PJs you're wearing. Iger's face is all over him and whatever. So You have a company that you mentioned one thing. You're like, oh, if you mentioned Planet of the Apes, guess what?
Right.
That's Disney now.
Disney now. Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry. If we
know.
talked about aliens the whole podcast and not mentioned the D word at all, guess what? We've been talking about Disney the whole time because aliens is now an IP of Disney.
That's right.
So,
you can't get away from it.
So like you got Disney who deals with all this shit. They deal with like cruise lines and vacations and hotels, right? And media. But then you also have Sony that deals with TVs.
Airlines.
Then you deal with Sony does TVs and video games and technology, all this. And you have Microsoft that deals with operating systems, computers, and all this shit, right? You have Nintendo who just does video games.
For now.
Although, which I make respect more because that's where they're...
Technically, it's an entertainment system.
It is. So they focus on video games.
Right.
And that's their main focus. They've always done that. You've always had that. That's what they've been focusing on. And that's why I think Nintendo is golden in my eye because they're still focusing on what their core company is.
Let's hope they stay that way because I got a question for you because we kind of got off track about the whole
We're gonna go back.
Companies dividing.
We're going to go back. We got a little time to go back. I want to
ask you. But I want to ask you because Joel, I'm a consumer. What do I do, man?
What do you do?
If I'm watching Mandalorian and they put episode 1 on Prime, they put episode 2 on Disney, they put episode 3 on Netflix, episode 4 on HBO, whatever. Do I have to buy all those, Joel? Do I have to buy all those? And they keep creeping the prices up, and they keep all working. And all these studios and all these app people just decide to fuck the consumer. It's like I told you this before. It's like Black Friday, you know, like, oh, there's all these great sales. Go to Target, go to Walmart, go to Amazon Prime, go to all these places for your great sales. People, if you haven't figured it out by now, it's literally the same products. Every store puts the same products on sale,
right?
And it's only like getting,
and it's only $10 or $15 off, and unless that company you're going to sells that product. So, First off, I want to thank you for bringing it back.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you for bringing it back, and
you're welcome.
The
now
example is
away again with Nintendo?
I'm going to take no. So back to Nintendo. Thank you. But we're going to go back. Yeah. Anyways, Amazon is doing those sales, and I'm going to buy more Blink cameras for my dad's house.
Yep.
And it's an Amazon product, Amazon made, blah blah blah. It was $100 for a single camera, and on Black Friday it went to $70. So it actually did drop dramatically down in price.
Right.
I bought the 2-camera one, which was actually $180 back then, and now it's $100 now. So I bought it.
By the way, Amazon's not paying for this.
No, but I'm just pointing out that since it was their product, they were able to bring it down.
Sure.
But I've been noticing there's memes going out there. It's funny because you'll see like all year round, some guy saves his in his cart and it says it's $4.99. $4.99. He's I'm gonna wait for Black Friday. It says $4.99. Then it turns to Black Friday. Then above it goes used to be $6.99. It's still $4.99. It's like that bullshit.
Well, no.
Sales
That's
tactic,
a perfect
and
example.
it works.
Well, let me tell you this. Back in the day when I was a poor little kid, eyed going to L.A.
He's a poor little kid
there,
still, but it's different now. Not with money, but with looks.
With looks. So, you know, I moved out to L.A. with nothing, and like everybody
just
does.
a shirt on his back.
Shirt on my back, and I got a job at Best Buy. Okay.
Best Buy was willing to hire him with just a shirt on his back.
Every Thursday there was you know, was the new sales, right?
They were
thing is
fucking sales.
Whatever the item is. Let's say the item is $100 item. It's actually $100 item. It will be tagged at say something like 130, right? And then it'll go on sale next week and it'll be 110. And then the next week it'll be 125. The next week it'll be 115. It doesn't matter. It's going to always be between 100 and 130. The sale price might actually go up next week. It might go down next week. But it's always on sale, but the price range never changes. And ironically, something that went on sale would actually be higher the following week.
Kohl's does that shit too. You go to Kohl's, everything's always on sale, and they always want to show you in the receipt how much you've saved. It's a mental thing. It's that whole ploy of like, what sounds better than you? What sounds better than you? $50 for that item or $49.99?
Right.
It's that marketing.
Well, here's the thing. That's why I've never pay full price for anything. Like I will wait for Black Friday deals for like video game purchases and stuff online.
Right.
And a smart consumer pays attention to pricing. You know what I mean? You know when there's a good deal.
Do research, yeah.
You know, I just bought 2 months. I mean, granted, it's probably even more than you should spend, but I spent $30 supposedly for a game that's worth $100. And the thing is, it comes with all of the content that the game should have come with to begin with. You know what I mean? All the extra features, the deluxe, the limited, the super limited, the fucking whatever you want to call it, right?
Right.
So it's up to the consumer to be smart about it. But you still didn't answer my question.
I was going to say, to
Joel?
answer your question, I wanted to bring it back. What do I do
Bring
if
it
they
back.
put it all those episodes? The simplest answer for you, and this is how we end the pod, is pirate. End. I'm just joking.
Well, you know what I say? Start doing the math, folks. There's a lot of TV shows out there in the world. It's true. And there's a lot of new original shows. It's true. But as long as you can keep buying copies of these shows, what I mean by that is through physical hard copies or iTunes or whatever
People
you can.
don't want hard copies anymore.
Buy it. You need to buy it that way, guys.
But make
because I'm telling
sure
you right
you're
now-
buying it. It's not just renting it for the time being while you have
Right.
that service.
Right.
Move
I'm
on.
telling you right now, if 170 episodes of your favorite show goes on sale for $20, buy it. Buy it. Because by the time you're done buying that, think about that. If you have 4 streaming apps, if you own Disney Plus Premium and Netflix alone, you just bought an entire show for the rest of your life for $20.
But you're looking at people
for the rest of your life,
you're looking
not
at,
monthly, not for yearly, for the rest of your life.
You're talking to a
$20.
lot of people probably right now that have gotten rid of all of their hard copies of
Oh yeah, they
everything.
like the convenience.
They
of
like
it,
the
but
convenience. They don't have any hard copies. So pretty much
They don't
like
see
they
it
don't have
coming.
any of their music. They don't have anything.
Yeah.
Talking to you, guy rolling over, kissing Iger on the cheek. You don't have anything anymore because it doesn't take up space anymore. You don't own it on your
Right.
drive.
Oh, it's so
you don't have to pay
clutter-free,
for it.
Joel.
It's clutter free.
I'm so clutter-free,
So when
man.
Disney Plus decides, we're going to jack up the price to $100 a month, you're going to go, well, if I don't pay it, I don't have any entertainment now.
Right. And then you know what else is going
I'm-
to happen? Is Spectrum's going to say, "I'm going to jack up our internet $500."
I'm still waiting for because GameFly was a thing where you can rent. Remember?
Right.
Just like it was just like Netflix back in the day. I'm waiting for them to go online completely, and just
well,
you
they
pay
kind of
some.
have that. What's that gaming service that's
Oh,
like every
on
game's
Xbox.
available? No, it's not an Xbox. It's a gaming
Oh.
service right now that you pay.
I don't
Steam.
know.
Steam, is that what it is? Where you pay?
A stream price or something like that.
Yeah, and you get
subscription?
access to all the games.
See, that's
Yeah.
what I'm waiting for. Like when Nintendo goes,
It's here
what?
now.
We're not gonna make games anymore for you guys to buy. We're just gonna make a streaming service, and that's coming too hardcore probably really soon.
Well, let me.
And that way they can, and that way they don't have to make systems with disk drives anymore. Because Sony just released their PlayStation 5. You can buy the one that can take discs or the digital
Right.
only one.
I think Xbox is trying to do that too.
Well,
I'm not sure about.
I don't know.
Xbox,
Their
but-
box looks like a.
But Sony did do it,
rectangle or
right?
whatever. But Sony did do it. It's $100 cheaper.
Yep.
It's $399 or $1,400 on eBay right now.
Well, you're buying a box that doesn't. If you don't have internet, doesn't do shit. 'Cause it's a paperweight.
Right. It's silly. Like so now.
I mean, think
I'm
about
just-
this.
I'm
Do
just.
you remember the Nintendo movie called Wizard, The Wiz, or whatever, Wizard?
That was a TV
I know.
show, wasn't it?
No, it's a movie, The Wizard. Like it starred
Nintendo did one movie with
Fred
Mario
Savage.
Brothers.
Fred Savage.
Did
It
they
wasn't
really?
Nintendo. Fred Savage.
It was
did
a video game
about
movie.
Yeah, a video game movie,
Right,
but
right,
it was
right, right.
specific around Nintendo. He was
I think
going to a
so.
competition. He was going to a Nintendo competition.
Sure.
And the thing is, he was able to take his physical Nintendo into the hotel room and practice. He plugged it up to the TV and
Right.
he could play it right then and there.
Right.
No internet, no nothing.
No nothing.
You buy that new PlayStation you're talking about. If you don't have internet, if you don't pay for the services,
Fuck.
you just bought a
I
big
didn't- I
paperweight.
don't know.
Expensive paperweight.
I don't know. I don't know
And
the
so-
full details of it, but you may be right.
But here's the bottom line. I'm going to throw this back to the consumers. I know we're short on time. Here's my final thought, okay? Right now, Americans take everything for granted. They take their freedoms for granted. They take everything for granted. They're really in a situation now where they just bitch about everything. And I'm not saying all Americans, but you know who you are, or you know the people I'm talking about.
If you're offended by that top comment, you are probably one.
Cry
of them.
about it. Cry about it.
No, I'm trying to say you're
so here's
probably
the
the
thing.
one that he's talking about.
Yeah.
If you're
Roll over and kiss Iggy goodnight. So here's the thing. You still have the choice to buy hard copies. You still have the choice to buy digital copies.
Right.
The thing is, wait till the world gets to the point where the only way you can watch new media as if you pay for the services. And what I mean by that is you'd say, oh, that's happening now, Netflix originals. No, actually, they post Netflix originals. Some of them are actually making it to DVD in stores. Some of them are showing up on iTunes. You can buy them. And some of them, like, for example, this is a bad example because it's not Netflix, but Netflix picked it up. But originally, the Cobra Kai show was a YouTube original, and they moved it to Netflix, and now it has that Netflix original stamp on it.
And we will talk about how Netflix stole that on another pod.
Right, but what I'm getting at is, you still have at least a couple options to buy. The world, they're moving into a place where you can never buy.
You also have the option to still get cable.
Yes, but my point is, at some point, you're not going to be able to buy anymore.
Right.
It's just going to be our way or the highway.
My final thought would be that we are moving in the direction right now. Disney already has a bundle package to do it into bundles again. So you have right now, if you wanted to, or even like throw 20 years ago, you would get cable and you go, do you want the HBO package? Do you want the Stars package? Blah, blah, blah. You paid extra for it. Now you're getting to where companies are going to start merging together. Disney does it with their merchandise, but I'm waiting for, because you can get Disney Plus,
right,
Hulu, not Hulu Plus or Premium, just Hulu and ESPN Plus, the dying one, into a package for like $9.99. It's not a bad deal for $10 a month for that. It's not bad. That'll go up, but I'm waiting for them to start offering, like HBO Go is going to go, hey, Netflix and Amazon, can we bundle together and be this part? And then, no one wants to be with Peacock Plus, and no one knows what the fuck that is yet. But it's just going to be turned into this, like, you're going to try to buy bundles and everything, and it's just going to keep, it's going to keep going up in price.
The other thing, too, is I hate to tell you guys, we're all suckers right now, the people that are buying into all of this, because if you look at the platforms and what they're operating on, stuff that is on Amazon Prime, some of that stuff is offered for free on apps like 2Bit right now, which has paid advertising, which is the modern day digital streaming version of regular cable. They are even putting regular news, regular commercials.
It's like
and
YouTube.
They're also putting live news. They're also putting live news.
It's
on
like
it.
It's like YouTube as well.
So I mean, but my point is, you're paying for services like Hulu. Some shows that are on Hulu are also on Prime. Some shows that are on Prime are also on Netflix.
Right.
So
they're
still
all
laughing at us.
There's still Marvel movies on Amazon.
Right. The point I'm making is they're all in cahoots together. They're all there's look at it this way. There's like a pile of movies and shows that they say these are going to be the shows that we don't give a shit about. We're going to give them to all the streaming services.
The rights.
So
the rights are available for all the streaming services.
Everybody pays for all of these shows like 6 times. If you have, for every app you have, that's how many times you're paying to watch that one show. Wouldn't you just rather buy the show and be done with it?
I'd rather.
And you don't need the internet if you bought it. You know what I'm saying? You could download it. You could physical hard copy. You have access to it. No one else does.
When does it end, Matt? When does it end?
Stop supporting it, man. Stop supporting it. If you don't agree with the content that's coming out, if you don't like cuties, you don't like that hillbilly whatever, guess what? Every month you're supporting that. So if you don't like those shows on Netflix or those movies, stop buying it. If you think Disney Plus is pumping out Mandalorian episodes, 8 episodes a year, and you think that's enough to pay for a year's worth of new content or not, stop buying it. It's that simple, guys. It's not rocket science. You can physically buy these shows.
I want to bet you that 50% of their subscribers for Disney got rid of all their Disney DVDs and VHS DVDs, all their VHS tapes and all their DVDs probably as soon as they got Disney Plus, saying, oh, it's all on there, we don't need it.
Right. And that's perfectly fine if you want to be dictated to for the rest of your life.
And on that final note,
thank you for listening to Entertainment Banter. My name is Matt.
And my name is Joel. And I'm done.